Coming up, we've got details on upcoming outlaw races for Kyle Larson and Tyler Courtney, where to see Tim McCreadie and Jimmy Owens soon, plus news from Gateway, Mitchel Moles, and more. Let's go. Today is Thursday, March 10th, 2022. Welcome into Dirt Tracker Daily. I'm Justin Fiedler. The World of Outlaws sprint cars are headed west in the spring for the first time since 2019. They take on the Thunderbolt Raceway in Tulare, California tomorrow and Saturday. We'll go full ham on the Outlaw weekend on tomorrow's show, but I did want to update you today on a few drivers we will see in action this weekend. First, I'm actually a little surprised by this one, but it sounds like we could see Kyle Larson run at Tulare on at least one of the nights, if not both. The NASCAR Cup Series is at Phoenix this weekend, and there is no on-track activity on Friday, so Larson could easily run the first night. Things are a little bit tougher on Saturday with practice and qualifying set for the afternoon at Phoenix, but with modern jet travel, there is a chance that Larson could get out of Phoenix and be to Tulare on time for Saturday's program. The airport that most NASCAR teams use for Phoenix is only a few minutes from their racetrack, so definitely possible that he could make that flight. According to a release from the Outlaws, Larson hasn't raced at Thunderbolt since he won the Trophy Cup there in 2013. And joining Larson as a sort of teammate will be Sunshine Tyler Courtney. He's heading west to run 4 Outlaw races in the Works Limited 57, which is the Kevin Kozlowski-owned car. That's the one that looks almost identical to the Paul Silva 57 that Kyle Larson races. The reigning All-Star champion and a Kings Royal winner in 2021 did get some Tulare experience at the Trophy Cup in 2021, driving for Roth Motorsports. We'll run you through more of the possible entrants for this weekend on tomorrow's show, but it sounds like we're going to be in for one hell of a field with the Outlaws out in California. If you're a fan of either Tim McCreadie or Jimmy Owens, we got some clarity on their upcoming schedules yesterday. On top of the Lucas calendar, McCreadie will be in action for all 4 super late model nights for the Bristol Dirt Nationals. Those are March 25th and 26th, and then April 1st and 2nd. Those races are all $50,000 to win with an additional $300,000 point fund available. Owens will also join Lucas in the upcoming races at Atomic and Brownstown and then head to Bristol for those XR races himself. Lucas is off those 2 weekends up against Bristol, but the Outlaws are racing, with Cherokee happening the first weekend and the Illini 100 at Farmer City taking place the second. So don't expect to see any Outlaw regulars during those Bristol weekends. I'm guessing you'll have the Southern drivers kind of somewhat split between Cherokee and Bristol the first weekend, while the Illini will probably have the usual suspects. I thought we might not see Bobby Pierce at the Illini with Bristol happening, but Farmer City is on his schedule. Pierce was a top 5 finisher in the Bristol finale last season. In other late model news, the Gateway Dirt Nationals tweeted out their 2022 dates yesterday, with the indoor event set to take place December 1st through the 3rd this year. Tyler Carpenter bagged the super late model win in 2021, with Tyler Peterson winning the modified portion and Jonathan Beeson taking the midget finale. No other details were provided beyond the dates, but we do know that the midget part of the event is in question going forward. Late models will be joined again by the modifieds, but after the car count issues in 2021, it would take some pretty serious convincing, I think, to get Cody Summer to bring the midgets back. This is definitely something to keep an eye on later this year as more details about Gateway emerge. USAC midgets are headed to the Southern Illinois Center this weekend for the Shamrock Classic, which we'll talk more about on the show tomorrow. But in the meantime, the series has added another full-time competitor. We already knew that Mitchel Moles would run a Chad boat entry at some USAC National Midget events this season, but now that schedule has been expanded to include all of the races. In recent years, when we've seen the young California driver behind the wheel of a midget, it's been with Matt Wood Racing, but now he gets the chance to chase the USAC title. That's the one that the Chad Boat Squad won in 2020. They also finished second in 2021, so a stout car here that Mitchel Moles is getting into. It's a big-time opportunity for a driver like Moles, who's only really gotten scattered opportunities on the national stage. He's been impressive at the Chili Bowl in the past. He's got a golden driller from the Tulsa Shootout, and he has 13 national midget starts back through 2020. Over that span, he's had 2 top 5s, 6 top 10s, and an average feature finish of 10.3. Late in 2021, he grabbed a top 10 at Merced and was 3rd at Turkey Night at Ventura. He kicked off this season with a 10th and a 5th at Bubba Raceway Park in that Chad Boat car. Moles also made quite a few King of the West starts last season, bagging a 410 sprint car win at Keller Auto Speedway in October. That was in a Roth Motorsports ride. What's wild here, though, is even at 22, Moles will be the veteran of the CB Industry squad this season. He's got teenagers Dominic Gordon, Jace Park, and Jade Avedizian as his teammates there. I'm really bullish on Moles in this ride, as I think he's a driver that could really blossom with the seat time in a top car. I don't think he'll be a serious threat for the championship just because of his inexperience, but I could definitely see him running well and maybe winning some races. We'll talk more about the upcoming USAC midget races on tomorrow's show. Looking to the weekend's racing, we've already had a bunch of weather-related cancellations and postponements, so I wanted to get you up to speed on those today. We talked earlier this week about Lucas and the Outlaws losing their weekends already. The Carolina Clash Late Model Series was set to open at Lancaster on Saturday, but that event has been postponed until next week. Here in North Carolina, this Carolina Sprint Tour show at Fayetteville Motor Speedway has also been lost to rain. Down in Alabama, winter heat for the USCS sprint cars was supposed to continue at Deep South Speedway, but those two nights have also been sacked because of wet weather and cold temperatures. And in Delaware, the second round of the Short Track Super Series Elite Series, which is the kind of big money series that they're running this year, that has been pushed back to October because of weather. The Friday night show will still run as scheduled with 6 divisions of racing on tap, but that Saturday 25,000 to win show for the big blocks is off. If I read correctly, that will now close out the Elite season later in October. I always try and share the cancellations and postponements on Twitter, so make sure you're following at Dirt Tracker there. And before you head out this weekend, check with your local track or series to make sure they are still racing, especially if you're on the East Coast. Lots of weather around this weekend. It's quiet on the streaming services today. Just Flow Racing at 24/7 going on. To see the full daily streaming schedule with links to watch, visit dirttracker.com/watch tonight. That's it for the show today. I hope you have a good Thursday. If you have thoughts about the topics on today's show, please leave them in the comments below or tweet at me. Thanks everybody for tuning in. We'll see you tomorrow for more Dirt Tracker Daily.